Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the 1T Hockey Podcast. We are live again. We suck.
Yeah, we're here in person
That's
together.
right. That's shocking.
Very.
It's been how long since the last episode?
Whenever trade deadline was. So, March?
No.
Yeah, it was. Oh, the last... I thought you meant like the last in-person
Okay, the last
episode.
in-person was trade deadline.
Yeah, sorry.
The last episode we actually recorded.
Oh, boy. Was it... Did the finals start? I can't remember. No, it was still third round, yeah.
So, it's been a while.
Mhm.
We're a little behind. Today is trade deadline day.
No, it isn't.
It is not trade
No,
deadline
it isn't.
Today is free agency. It's Christmas time.
Yes.
Probably. Never mind. Anyways, it's vacation for us. We are enjoying it today. Steven, what are you most excited about today?
I'm excited to see where like the big names go, like Kadri, Gaudreau. I'm drawing a blank right now. I mean, the goalie situation, I feel like we already know where like Kemper and Campbell have been hearing where they're going. So, we'll keep that for the actual start of free agency, which is in about half an hour. So looking forward to that.
We are very much, guys. Stay tuned for an episode probably coming out tomorrow for our after free agency. It's never really ending, but today's day anyways, we're going to be doing a recap of what happened, trades and all. But right now, for this episode of the 1T Hockey Podcast, we're going to be doing the pre-draft, free agency, everything that we've missed up until then. So, Steven, kick us off. Where were we at?
I can't even remember. Like, I know, like, I'm trying to think. I think Colorado already had their spot in the finals.
They swept.
Yep.
And then Tampa Bay.
They beat the Rangers in 6, but I don't remember where. Maybe like Game 4 was the last time we did an episode. I can't quite remember.
I can't quite remember that.
Yeah, neither could I, but it's not important. Either way, Tampa ended up going to the finals. What a shocker. They played Colorado, and it was a great series, actually. It went 6 games.
Yep.
We had a bit of controversy there in Game 4 with the overtime, Kadri scoring the goal.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay was complaining that there were 6 guys on the ice, but then you look at the replays after, Tampa actually had 7 guys on the ice, so, they didn't catch at the time anyways, so it's too late for that, and, Colorado ended up taking that one, but Tampa got the next one anyways, but ended up losing it in 6 in the end, but yeah, good finals. That was for sure. I'm happy for Colorado. Congratulations to the Avalanche as well, and to all Avs fans.
Congratulations.
You guys are still undefeated in the finals, 3-0
That's right.
in finals appearances. The only team to be undefeated in multiple trips to the finals.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, guys. I was cheering against them in a way because I was betting on Tampa Bay, but I'm ultimately happy, and I think most of the hockey world is happy that they didn't win another cup. That Tampa Bay did.
Yeah, I think if they did, it really would have been. They would have been playing the villain card. You know what I mean? They would have become the evil empire. Exactly. Like I was always saying this. Like, I'm happy they got 2020. They deserved that one because they were just good for so long. You knew they were going to win a cup, right?
Yeah.
Last year, 2021. It was unfair they got that first cup in the bubble in Edmonton. It wasn't even in Tampa. They didn't play any games in front of their own fans. So it was nice to get that one at home and in front of their home fans. Like, that was just nice. And then, yeah, well, yeah, because of that team there. Happy they lost, that's for sure. But, yeah.
I would never say that about the I would never say that. I would say that first round exits.
Oof. But then, yeah, no, happy that Colorado got it. Because, I mean, I don't know. As much as it is cool to see, like, dynasties happen, like, I don't know, 3 in a row, like, I would have just been more impressed, if anything, if Tampa won 3 in a row.
Absolutely. And everything from, they have special records, like, they won't lose consecutive games.
Mm-hmm.
Vasilevsky's got his little knickknacks that keep him a straight edge in the game. Like, these guys are so elite that I believe that they could come up, and Colorado, I didn't believe they had enough depth, but it looks like they did.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Dude, Colorado, like they've been building for this for a while. Like they've always had the core.
yeah.
They've always had the core to do it. The defense hasn't always been there, but in the past few years with McCarr, acquiring Devin Tays, getting Josh Manson at deadline this year, having Bowen Byram as a young defenseman in the lineup, and just the other guys around there.
Talking about Josh Manson, he got re-signed today.
Yes, he did. It's very true. We'll cover that one later.
Yes.
But yeah, he just Colorado. Just they're so much deeper. Like you look back, like trying to think back to maybe like 2019, like the last kind of normal year we had, where they they did go far in the playoffs that year too. Second round, Game 7 against San Jose, and San Jose ended up taking St. Louis to Game 6 or 7, and that was the year St. Louis won the cup. So Colorado could, Colorado St. Louis that year conference finals could have been exciting, but just wasn't meant to be. They're still too young. It was McCarr's first games in the NHL. He just signed a contract fresh out of college,
Right.
and went straight into the playoffs. But you look back at those teams, like Grubauer was a goalie. He's a solid goalie. I think they could have won a cup with him. I'm not saying he's the reason why they lost,
That's
but
right.
I just think forward-wise, the depth wasn't there that they had. Like they didn't have a strong third. They definitely didn't have a strong second line. Like back then, they were basically just like a one-line team.
Right. They didn't have Kadri back.
No, that was the year before.
Where was Kadri then?
He was still a Leaf.
Shut up.
2019 was his last year as a Leaf.
Oh my god.
He got suspended, and then that was it.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. So they went out. They got Kadri. They also got rid of Tyson Barrie, who is not good in his own end defensively. So that was kind of something else I was going to say. Like, defensively, they kind of got rid of their problems and were like, we need guys who are responsible.
Eric Johnson. That's right.
They had him already.
Right.
He's been there since like 20. He's the longest serving Colorado Avalanche.
There or Skip. He's for sure gonna be something.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I hope he does. He deserves a lot of good things. I'm happy he won, but yeah, no, like just kind of going back on that, like they kind of took that year and then 2020 in the bubble, losing to Dallas in Game 7 overtime in the second round.
St. Louis and Dallas, guys who are.
Oh, San Jose, yeah. But still, San Jose was a good team. San Jose was a good team then. Yeah. What do you mean? They went to the conference finals that year. That's good.
Yeah.
But either way, we're not debating
Sure.
about San Jose. I think I
We're
slapped
talking
the
about-
mic. I think I slapped the
I don't
mic.
care. You just ruin everyone's eardrums.
Sorry, headphone
If you were
users.
affected, please let us know and we'll send you a rebate.
But yeah, no, either way, they built on that. And yeah, it's been a long time coming. Like they even had last year to lose in Vegas or against Vegas. They were up 2-0 in that series and they lost 4 straight. And then obviously there was the famous McKinnon quote where he's like, I've been in the league for 9 years and I haven't won shit.
Yeah.
And
One shit now.
he's definitely won shit. Yeah, he's won some shit now. That's for
Anything
sure.
else we want to talk about for the thing?
No,
They dropped the cup.
yeah, that is worth mentioning. There-
Dropped the cup so many times.
Yeah, there was the one on right when they were about to take the picture.
Yeah.
I forgot which player it was now that was bringing the cup over. I think maybe it was Obey Kubel
That sounds familiar.
or someone. It was another young, maybe not Newhook. Maybe it was Newhook though.
No, it wasn't.
But I think it was Obey Kubel. But yeah, he brought it over. I'm sure everyone's probably seen this one where he was bringing it over for the picture, and he just literally dropped it on the bottom though, so it wasn't that bad, and just had a bit of a dent in the cup, which that's fine. I'm sure it happened. Tampa Bay last year during their boat parade, didn't they? They dented the actual bowl.
Did they actually?
Yes, they did. Because then I remember the bowl had to be sent to Montreal because that's where the repairs are done for the cup.
Okay.
And people were laughing because funny, they just beat Montreal and the cup's going to Montreal. Yeah, to get fixed. So kind of a slap in the face for you guys.
Where the cup deserves to be. It won't be harmed there.
It's been there the most times in
Safe-
history.
It's safe there. It's trusted.
It's
It's not trustworthy.
Well, clearly
It's
not.
You'll find a Florida man who robbed your house
Oh,
and
God.
he's running away with a lawnmower, okay?
And then there was another time. I think it was like literally like the next night or like 2 nights after. There was a video of like them at like a bar or club or something. And I forgot who it was. It was Someone, it was like I don't know who he was.
That player.
Yeah, literally just hoist the cup and like just you could tell he was hammered. Yeah, he was having a good time.
Yeah.
And like he puts it over his head. The second it goes like past like his center of gravity, the cup just takes over and drags him back. The guy though, good on him though. He took the brunt of the fall to protect the cup.
That's what you have to do.
That's exactly what you have to do.
Protect the cup.
Yeah.
You're just a worthless.
Plus, you know what? Like we're talking about these like Colorado this year and like Tampa last year. Like I'm sure it's been through worse. The cup,
sure
like
it's gone through its fair share of
like
stuff.
I can imagine the 70s and 80s. Like imagine what the damage that was done then.
Yeah. The things that aren't reported.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, because back then there was no social media, so things didn't get out. It was more like, all right, we don't talk about this, or we only mention it amongst ourselves, or we keep it an inside thing. But I'm sure those guys maybe when they get older and they write books about their.
The actual Stanley Cup, or is it like a replica of it? Like the museum, museums.
Yeah.
You know, they're not actually
Well-
gonna put out the real dinosaurs.
Well,
Taking 3D printers. And,
I mean, well, if the dinosaurs were real, do you think dinosaurs? Do you think they'd be in zoos? Like if dinosaurs were real, do you think we'd have velociraptors?
I think we'd be in zoos.
Yeah, right.
The dinosaurs would be roaming free.
They were intelligent, apparently.
Those raptors can open doors, man. Don't you know?
Yeah, I know. I've seen Jurassic Park.
Alan.
Yeah, I'm glad you know that.
Of course I know that. Of course.
Oh man.
Back to topic here.
Hmm.
So replica.
Yeah.
what do I say?
So I know that there's the one that's at the Hall of Fame on display, and when the cup is being presented at the game, they take that one, and that's the one that gets presented at the games, and like you see whatever when the team wins a cup, right? And I think, and then that one also goes on, like it travels with the players when they get their day with the cup, and then when that one's out like it is now, there's another replica that goes in its place for pictures.
Okay.
And then there's the original bowl, which is in the vault,
Right.
which is behind like a glass case or whatever. So there's 3, I guess, but like 2 large ones and then just the one original bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't keep all the names there, or
Yeah, well, there's the rings too. The rings, they just like I forgot how many years the rings get something like that. Yeah, the rings get replaced. So I think the last time was like maybe, I don't know, 2016 or 2015. I remember hearing something about a ring being replaced.
Okay.
But then those, yeah, like the bands, like what they do is,
I remember that too.
yeah, they flatten them and then they put those in the vault as well at the Hall of Fame.
That sucks.
It does.
Maurice Richard off of it, Henry Richard.
Yeah, all these
good players.
historic names, like builders of the game.
That's right.
Guys that like basically laid down the foundation and the path to get to where we are today.
They need more Stanley Cups. They just need 2 Stanley Cups.
They need to. You know what they should do? Just make the Stanley Cup like tall.
That's
Like
it.
like just instead of taking off the rings, you just keep making it bigger and
So you
bigger.
need 2 guys carrying it.
Yeah, basically it's gonna get to a point where like it just like the whole team. It's like
Literally just one big picture of them lifting the cup.
just to get it into the stadium, you need like a crane.
I think they should do that. They should accept that as a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. I
think that would be funny.
imagine when they're presenting at the game, like Gary Bettman. Like, how does he even pick it up?
He doesn't.
He just stares at it and says, "Here, it's yours."
Actually, he does pick it up, but everything underneath is like hydraulics, and then he lifts it up. Everyone thinks he actually lifting it
Oh.
up, but it's just hydraulics. Helping
It's
him.
like actors and like they're doing stunts and like they have like the wires.
That's right.
The wire team. Yeah, there's like a wire
Wire
team for the Stanley Cup.
Will carry it with him.
Exactly. Hopefully those wires don't get tangled.
No, that would be bad. It just starts spinning everywhere.
Jeez.
So yeah, there you go. That's your Stanley Cup finalist this year, the Colorado Avalanche. Congratulations once again. Yeah, 2022. Congratulations. Now
Mhm.
on to the draft, Stephen. The next
Yes.
important piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
There's a few things that happened before it. Do I remember them?
Like you're talking about like trades or players things. Oh God, yeah, I know there were.
A few things. But
Yeah, there's no point checking
Ladies
now.
and
We should have done
gentlemen,
this before.
We're so far behind.
We're prepared.
Absolutely.
We're
We should
very
be coming here
prepared.
prepared. That's
Always.
Always.
We want nothing but the best for you guys.
Exactly. So the draft day itself, Villaguso gets traded to Detroit.
Yep, that's right.
Duncan Keith. Is that after the fact? That's after.
That was day 2 of the draft. He retired. Yeah, I heard it on Friday. Yeah. That's still. Yeah.
It still counts. Counts as draft day.
That was when the Rogers outage happened, so I had no idea what was happening that day.
Talk about that day.
Day 2 of the draft, I literally had no clue what was going on until the day
Imagine
after.
those people there too.
Good thing they're at the Bell Center.
The amount of money that they lost.
Can you imagine? It was like hosted by Vancouver, and like Rogers Arena or Edmonton Rogers Place, and then it's just like on that day. That could have been bad. That could have been a disaster.
It's a good thing it's in Montreal, and it should always be in Montreal.
I mean, there was the weekend concert was canceled on Friday night at the Rogers Center because like they couldn't scan tickets and stuff because it all uses Rogers communications. Very.
Should have just taken everyone in. Anyone and everyone.
Exactly. You should have just done it from like his like I don't know. I saw like people were like someone was taking a picture of like him from like his hotel balcony. You should have just done the concert there.
There you go.
Like everyone's already outside. They can see him. Just do it. Like pull a Beatles.
That's right. I was just gonna
pull a Beatles. Yeah.
Right there. Steven.
Yes.
Shane Wright did not go first overall to Montreal.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I knew that.
I personally feel conflicted on the pick as a residential Habs fan.
Mm-hmm. It's funny though. Like before you go on, you mentioned this to me when they won the draft lottery. I remember we spoke on the phone, and you even said like, "Watch him like not take Shane Wright." And I like ever since that moment, I was like, because I was convinced. Like I was telling you, like, no, like they'll take him. He's gonna be good. Like, trust me, he's like just what they need. Second line center, you know, they can develop him. Then eventually one day he can maybe be the first or whatever. Like him and Suzuki, 1A, 1B. And then, yeah, you were just like, no, they're going someone else. Like every time after that, when I talk to people about the draft, I just kept saying, I'm like, I bet they're going to go with someone else. And then the week before the draft, there's like all these reports and like Bob McKenzie's draft ranking comes out and he's got Slafkovsky number 1. Yeah. And then all these other pundits are all putting Slafkovsky over Wright or just other people like Wright's kind of falling. And like, it's just kind of, it raised an eyebrow for a lot of people, I think. I think everyone was like, why is this guy dropping?
Steven, I didn't even remember telling you this. I probably like
it was in May.
In my memory.
It was in May.
I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want it to surface up again. The draft day happens. Shane Wright does not get picked first overall. I flip a brick, I guess. I don't know. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it anymore. I thought Shane Wright was the good pick 3 years running, and he was first overall consensus pick for this year. And then Slafkovsky comes out of nowhere, having one of the worst projections to go into the NHL in that first round in general. Right?
Really, where did he start off?
Well, no, his projection.
Oh.
To go into the NHL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a guy that he has a lot of upsides. Can he put them all together in a cohesive package that'll make him worth that first overall stature? I feel like this draft, out of all of them, I don't think Montreal got the best pick. It's going to be so hard to... It could go all the way to 8th, to be honest. I think one of those players from 1st to 8th will be better than...
No. Yeah, I fully agree. Even, like the top 10 were all pretty solid picks, especially top 5 are very good, but even, like 8, 9, like...
I'm sure you can find some guys deeper in that are also surprises.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, you'll have, like, the guys, like, 5 years from now where it's like, oh, he was taken in the second round of that draft, or taken in the third round. He was the last pick, actually. And it's like, oh, my God. Everyone passed up on him.
It's going to be exciting to see what this draft class has to show for.
I'm more excited for next year's draft class, to be honest. I think next year's, it has a lot more top-end talent.
Absolutely.
Like, it's bringing back vibes of, like, 2015, 2016.
That's McDavid's draft. I don't know if Bedard's McDavid.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Matthews.
I'm just saying in terms of top end talent.
I think the Matthews draft would be more comparable.
that was still a deep draft too, with a lot of top end talent.
Like, was it Matthews and then who's after?
Line,
Right. So
and then
that's even
Dubois.
perfect. That's perfect. You have
Yeah.
Bedard that goes number 1 and Matthew Mitchkov right after.
Yeah, exactly. Mitchkov, that's the guy's name.
I don't think that it's like Eichel and McDavid.
No, I'm
I
just
agree
saying.
with you that it's very
I'm not-
high-end.
I'm not saying in the way that like there's a 1-2 like very clear. I'm just saying like, or I guess there is even in that way.
Yes, absolutely.
But even
unless
like,
unless if it's the same, it goes with Shane Wright.
yeah, who knows? We'll see how these guys do in their final draft year. But like,
Okay, look, how about this? I say right now on the
Yeah.
show, if Montreal drafts first overall next year, it's gonna be Matthew Mitchkov. It's not gonna be Connor Bedard. It's gonna be
no, they'd be crazy.
off the board.
They'd be That's not even.
It's gonna be
Even
my-
then, that's
my
not
freaking
off.
grandmother. It's gonna be, she's dead.
That's off the
She's dead.
board. Jeez.
Definitely off the board, but Montreal will somehow find a way to figure her out.
Oh man. Oh jeez, I don't know. I'm not making that joke.
There was another thing around not only the Montreal Canadiens, but mainly around Chicago. Chicago was a big player during the draft.
Yeah, they were busy.
They started off by getting rid of Alex DeBrincat
Hmm.
for the 7th overall pick.
Yeah, right before the draft. Yeah, they swapped 7th for like 13th or something like that.
No. So the Ottawa Senators sent their 7th overall.
Oh right, that one wasn't. Yeah, right.
It's
There
just
wasn't.
picks.
Yeah, that's right. It was just picks. Yeah, sorry.
Just picks to Chicago
Yes.
for Alex DeBrincat.
Yeah. Great trade for Ottawa.
Absolutely.
I think that like DeBrincat's a very talented player.
They should have gotten 2 firsts for that player.
Yeah, for real. Surround him with the guys in Ottawa that they have. Like I'm sure he'll be playing top line with guys like Kachuk. Who's the center there?
Tim Stutzel.
Yeah, Norris. He's the center there, right?
Tim Stutzel's
He's a winger.
He's a center.
He's a center?
Yeah. You're out of whack.
I thought he was a winger. I
Well,
thought he was a
don't know. If
winger.
you look at NHL 22, he's a center. So I don't
Huh.
know. Perhaps he might be a winger.
I don't know. I mean, the only time I've seen him play in real life is when they play the Leafs.
Right.
And from what I've seen, I thought
His first year. Right?
No, but even this year,
Well, this year's first.
second year, he was a rookie last year.
This episode was sponsored by the dog.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know about that. But
No, but okay. I'm just saying though, from what I remember seeing, he was playing wing. But I'm not saying that he didn't play. I believe that he played center.
maybe they're just, they're not comfortable with him being a center yet.
Well, yeah, he's young.
And I think they have a pretty big depth in center. Josh Norris, they got Chris Tierney. I think they're paying him a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what other centers they have. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's another guy in there. There's someone.
Well, Batherson, I think he's a winger.
That's-
Formanton's a wing.
Okay, we're gonna stop talking about
Yeah,
Ottawa now.
let's-
Just
yeah.
entirely stop. So, anyways, DeBrincat, a good addition. I
Yes.
agree with you 100%. Chicago, I think, didn't get enough for that deal.
I think they took the L.
I think so.
Just like, did you see the city of Chicago's response to them on Twitter?
No.
So literally, like the Chicago Blackhawks like tweeted the trade, and like the city of Chicago's Instagram account just responded L.
Fuck. That's
That's how you know you done goofed.
Yeah, and Chicago's one of those big, one of the top 5 at least in terms of hockey town.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were an original 6 team.
Exactly.
They're-
One of the top 5.
They're on my shirt here. You're there.
There you go. Look at that. If you can see.
I think I was covering it, but whatever.
So it's sad to see them collapsing like this. I mean, also I'm tired of seeing them have Winter Classic games.
We're all we're all tired of that.
They don't deserve it.
It's okay. They don't have one this upcoming year again.
Forget about it.
Freaking-
Man. Just,
Every year that Chicago doesn't play in an outdoor game
it's a good year.
is a great year. Yes, that's for sure.
Fantastic year.
But even then, like, I mean, this is what happens. They won 3 cups in 6 years. This is what happens after that core disintegrates, pretty much, right? Like, you start shutting off some guys. You lose guys because of cap issues, of course. They had to sign, like, obviously after they won those cups, Kane and Taves had to be signed.
I think they took a discount for what they did.
They did not take a discount at all.
I think so.
8-year deals or like
Imagine
10
if that
years.
was Matthews. Matthews would have been asking for 12.
Yeah, but if he won 3 cups,
Patrick Kane, he was don't tell me he wasn't as electric as
No, again, but
Matthews.
like
This guy limited himself.
you would have paid Patrick Kane at like whatever age he signed that contract, even though like you're not like he's still very good today. Don't get me wrong. Like
he has a lot of value still.
Yeah, he's heading into the final year of his contract. I guess I'll just bring this up. I heard like trade possibility today probably won't happen.
You're right. Yeah,
but
there was some rumors maybe him and Taves would go to Seattle, but it's looking more or less like it's gonna be an in-season trade.
Exactly. Yeah, he wants to see how things go, which is kind of what I always thought. I feel like moving him in the offseason wouldn't really be the right plan. I think also for him too, because what if I'm sure he's gonna have full control over where he goes, right? Yeah. Like he deserves that. They're gonna respect him and that kind of stuff. So I feel like if he chooses the team now, maybe he makes the wrong decision.
I'm sure he's loyal to Chicago.
Yeah,
he has some teams in mind that he would probably join. I was hearing this the other day. People think that Chicago is trying to do their best, their darnest, to make Taves and Kane request a trade out of there. They're trying their best. They're getting rid of everyone. The whole cupboard's gone.
Yeah.
Back to trades. They trade away Kirby Dach to the Montreal Canadiens which Montreal Canadiens trade Alex Romanov to New York Islanders for the 13th overall pick. Mm-hmm. They switched the 13th overall pick to Kirby Dach.
Right.
To Chicago for Kirby Dach.
I agreed to that statement as well. I'm like, yes, they traded him to Kirby Dach. That's how I remember it.
I don't know how I feel about that trade. We've already had a discussion about this one.
Well,
but
yeah.
We'll touch up it here. I don't think that Kirby Dach. We just picked up Slafkovsky, which we have no idea what he's projected to be on this team, whether he's going to even start this year. And then you have, is there something that just popped up?
No.
Okay, just almost a start. It's almost 12 o'clock, guys. What was I saying? So Kirby Dach, unproven. We're a team that's not there yet. Montreal Canadiens are not ready to start.
You're right. They're not
taking question mark players.
Well, but I don't think so.
Dylan Strome is more proven than
they can still pick him up today.
Absolutely, that is very much likely.
Yeah,
there's a lot that the Montreal Canadiens. Apparently, there's already a trade that has been accepted, but it's only going to be live when the draft starts.
Really, when free agency goes live, huh? Interesting.
Apparently, Petrie, there's going to be a
right. Yes.
I don't know what's going on there in Montreal. But I'm about to be on a roller coaster.
Yeah, well, I think Montreal, but again, like, kind of with Montreal, like, I see what they're doing. They're trying to build a young core. They're basically starting not from scratch.
They're expediting it.
Yeah, they're basically saying, like, anyone under the age of whatever, you're safe on this team. Right, like you have upside. We want you to grow with us, and we want to develop the team around you. Like Caulfield, Suzuki, then picking up Slafkovsky, getting a guy like Dach. And I think, once I saw the Kirby Dach trade, that made me realize that's why they didn't draft Shane Wright, because Dach is that centerman.
He's not comparable to Shane Wright.
No, he's not. But you got Slafkovsky.
Is that what the Habs need? Another power forward when they have.
I mean,
they already have Josh Anderson. He's a center. I don't know how good of a center he is at face-offs.
He can be a playmaker too, or like a two-way forward. He's not necessarily just power forward, just because EA Sports says he is.
I understand.
Plus, guys change their playing styles depending on what teams they're on too. Maybe in Chicago they had him playing that power forward style because that's what they needed out of him. But now that he's on Montreal, maybe they see him. He's a big body.
Probably more of a power forward, two-way forward, as you're explaining.
Like Matthews 6'3", like he's not power forward.
More like a sniper.
He is a sniper, but he's also big and he knows how to use his body to get use his size.
He's not someone that will use his body all the time.
But he's using it more now.
Yes.
And in the playoffs, oh boy, I saw it.
You can decide how you're fighting.
Yeah.
Whatever. Him it would be sometimes.
For hitting, yeah, for hitting.
Not often.
But it's definitely being scaled up every year.
It was like never, and then now it's sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
See, huge improvement.
That's
Strides.
big, yes.
Strides are being made.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, going back to Montreal though, and acquiring Doc. Or no, sorry, we're talking about Chicago Doc. I don't even remember where we were. We were talking about those, but I forgot where I was going with it.
The young core. Yeah, but you got rid of Romanov. You said that.
Yeah, okay, that was one that did surprise me. But
you trade Romanov for Kirby Dach, essentially.
Yeah, so that one, which whatever, it's just a young player swap for Montreal. Obviously, the other two teams.
What if Romanov becomes the next Sergachev? You know, like.
Then I'll laugh.
I don't get it. You know, this guy's a young player, and they're shipping him out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. Like, Islanders are having a new coach as well this year, so who knows what their play style is going to be like. They just came from Barry Trotz, who was very defensive, you know, very shut down, stingy.
I think that Romanov would fit in a team like that.
But the thing is, now with Lane Lambert as their coach, which I found out is Brad Lambert's dad, or uncle.
No.
Uncle, yeah, it's his uncle.
Where did Brad Lambert go?
He got drafted by Winnipeg. He was late, like 28th, 29th.
Okay.
Yeah, our boy. That's
Brad Lambert, the Seattle Kraken legend.
Yep.
Nashville legend as well. I think he played in Nashville with us. Okay, well, let's talk
no,
about
LA Kings.
Okay.
He was with us with the LA Kings. When we were Seattle, he was actually on San Jose, and he was like our arch nemesis.
That's right.
He was, oh my god, so dominant. I think that's where the admiration for him started for me. I was just like, this guy's so good.
This kid is just wrecking us, man.
Yeah.
All around the draft was fun.
Yeah.
Felt like WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way that things were presented.
There was there was the Leafs pick swap.
Minor.
Yeah. No, it was pretty major. It's pretty major. Dude, I don't know. Were you watching the draft live? Like,
no,
were you?
I was sadly at a party.
Okay.
Sadly.
Sadly, yeah. You were out having fun. Sadly.
I couldn't concentrate.
Sadly, I was living my life.
I couldn't play beer pong, man.
Are you serious? Oh my god! It threw him off his game. Poor guy. Poor guy was thrown off his game because they didn't draft Shane Wright.
I was not in the mood, man. It was.
Oh man, see that's where you just drink and do whatever, and you get your mind off that stuff.
I couldn't drink.
Oh no.
I was just there for an hour or two.
Oh, okay, I see.
There, so like,
I see.
I'll smoke. Maybe feel better. No, it was worse.
Just got more depressed. But yeah,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
There was a pick, and there was a trade. I kind of knew it was happening too, and then especially because I think Minnesota picked before the Leafs, like at 24, and then the Leafs were coming up at 25, and I noticed kind of usually when the team walks off stage, that's when the timer starts for the next team, and I saw it was stuck at 3 minutes, and I'm like, okay, something's happening here, and then Gary Bettman walks up on stage, and Leafs are trading this pick. And then it gets announced that it's him along with Mrazek's contract for
whoever that pick is.
It was the first round, the 25th overall pick, along with Peter Mrazek and his contract for the 38th overall pick. So it was an early second rounder. To move down 13 spots to get rid of his contract.
Worth it.
That's awesome. I'm happy about that. But yeah, the reason why I was asking if you were watching live was because when that trade got announced, literally the second it was after it was finally announced and whatever, and the crowd could react to it, the camera or the TV director, what's shown on TV, just goes to this one Leaf fan and he's standing up and he's clapping. He loves the trade, and I'm like, that's Leafs. That's all of Leafs Nation right now, just being like, hell yeah, did the right thing.
He was lucky. He got lucky that he could do that swap, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago is in this position to just blow up everything.
Exactly. They're tanking for Bedard.
Absolutely.
They're going so hard for Bedard. Hard for Bedard. That's the hashtag. Episode name.
Anything else in the Vanacek got traded to New Jersey?
Yes. I think it was New Jersey.
Something like that.
Yeah, he got traded, which is funny because it's like the second year in a row that he's been traded because
right.
he got
Seattle.
he got claimed by Seattle, then traded back to Washington. Which, by the way, right now, like, I mean, I know, like, free agency just started 4 minutes ago,
We're all over the place.
but, like, okay, there are the rumors of, Washington signing Kemper, but it's funny because, like, when the other day when it was announced that they were going to, like, let Samsonov go as a UFA, I just saw, like, someone, like, a Caps fan tweet, like, oh, like, Capitals tandem next year's going to be fire, and it's just 2 empty nets.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw one. So it's like Ovechkin practicing to be the head coach, the goaltenders, the main power forward on the team.
Yeah, he's just going to be everything.
He's just doing everything to win a cup.
I would trust him to do it, though.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. Is that it for the draft?
Actually, there's one thing I kind of wanted to mention about the draft, but I don't know if it's more fitting to mention, like, are we going to bring up the Matt Murray?
Yeah. That will be.
I guess I just did bring it up.
You
so.
did bring it up, and anything
Well,
basically yesterday.
Oh, hey.
That's
not important.
That's not important.
It's not important right now.
That just means we gotta go faster now.
Yes.
They're starting to do.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff is coming in. We gotta
go. We gotta go.
But yeah, no. Quickly, I guess on the Matt Murray trade. So before he got dealt to Toronto, there was the deal in place with Buffalo, in the draft. So they would have swapped. They would have swapped first, and then it would have been Murray going to Buffalo. Yeah. But Murray shut that down because he has a 10-team no trade list, and I guess Buffalo was on that list. But even then, the fact that, I mean, Steve Dangle brought this up in his video, and that's where I'm getting it from. The fact that Ottawa wanted to trade him, like, was just desperately willing to trade him anywhere, and a division rival, that kind of, I think Dubas saw that and was like, all right, like, you guys don't really have leverage in the situation. But then, as Dangle mentioned, Ottawa then looked at it and was like, well, you guys don't have leverage either, because who's your goalie without him?
That's right.
So
it was equal leverage for.
Oh, Georgiev got traded as well.
Oh yeah,
to Colorado.
And he
That's
got
right.
An extension after. Vander Kane got an extension.
Yep, I had a feeling that was happening.
Malkin out of nowhere got the extension.
Yeah, I would have found it weird that he went somewhere else. Like, I was prepared.
It would have been weird, but it would have been exciting at the same time.
Yeah, like, I was prepared to see him leave Pittsburgh, but at the same time, I was like, I can't picture him in any other uniform besides that black and yellow.
Yeah, Boston.
No.
Boston.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Krejci, apparently he's going to come back to Boston. Yeah. See, now the brains are going now.
Bergeron is going to free agency, by the way. But he hasn't. But he has confirmed that he wants to be back in Boston.
Yeah, he's.
But
if
someone were to come back to him and say, "Hey, here's $10 million for a year," I don't know how you can say no to $10 million for 1 year.
He wants to be a Bruin.
Of course.
He wants to be a Bruin for life. That's how he'll say no.
Even if he doesn't win another cup, he doesn't care. He just wants.
He got his cup. He's gonna try leading them to one. It just
I don't think.
He's the captain.
Boston's got any more in the tank.
It's gonna be tough. They're getting older.
Absolutely.
But every year I've said, like, I don't know, for the past, like, 5 years, I feel like I've been saying, like, oh, I don't know about Boston this year. They're getting older. And then they still get into the playoffs. Yeah. And then they still beat the Leafs in round one. But when they don't play the Leafs in round one, they often lose.
Yes, that's very
like
true.
Recently, this past year they lost in the first round. The year before they won. Then the year before they won. Either way.
Those organizations that are stuck in the transitional phase.
Exactly.
Towards a rebuild. Like Pittsburgh, Washington, Datsuk. Sorry, not Datsuk. Detroit, like teams Datsuk was on. Detroit, like teams that have good core, but they're aging and they need to do some changes or update a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else?
There were the awards. Did we like the 5 big awards that? No, we wouldn't have talked about that.
No,
so,
which happened during the Stanley Cup.
Yes, in between game like 3 and 4 or something like that.
Terrible.
Yeah, I know it was weird.
You don't do that.
I found that weird. I don't like them doing that. I like having just the one awards night. You announce every award that night, and then that's it.
I mean, they gotta follow a schedule, but
I get it, and that's the thing too. This year was still
was tight.
affected from COVID, right? Like you still had
It started later in the year, right?
Yep.
So
Mid-October.
The time.
But they're starting around the same time next year as well.
Oh yeah.
It's this like I think the first game's
I guess it's the
October
Olympic break then.
October 11th, and then October 12th. Like October 11th, there's 2 games, and then October 12th is basically like when Leafs and Habs play each other. And
So it's the Olympic break that screwed everything up.
yeah, pretty much. And also, I think they always knew that Olympic break, if they don't go to the Olympics, it would be used for makeup games, which they ended up doing anyways.
Right.
So it was a good buffer that they gave themselves. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see when. I think next year, like the season's gonna end in mid-April. I think the season ends, like April 13th or 12th, something like that. It's like around my birthday. Sure. That's how I remember. So playoffs. I know. I was born.
Wow.
I was born.
This guy was born.
This is rare.
Born. Why isn't Campbell staying here?
Because
Looked like he was a match here. Everyone loved him. He was the golden retriever for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
he was very good.
He was the puppy dog, man. He blamed nothing on anyone, just himself.
Exactly. But
Exemplary player that you would want to keep on your team. And now they decided to go with Matt Murray, who is a question mark. He's like essentially Carey Price after
just minus the cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? He probably does though. Let's be honest. There's a hockey player. I'm just saying he's a hockey player. That's a popular. It's what you do here in the NHL.
You just do it.
Yeah, the second you sign that contract, they're like, here you go.
They put it on a Nike Super logo. Just do it.
Oh God.
The Leafs are a mess right now, and I'd rather do cocaine than think about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see how things go. We'll see how today goes. There's still another 2 months of off season left.
Yeah.
There's gonna be training camps. There's still guys within the organization too, like Nick Robertson, who does he crack the lineup this year? Rasmus Sandin, still an RFA. I hear the big issue with him is about like his agent saying like if we sign, we want like he needs to be in the lineup.
Of course.
Which again, I think he deserves to be in the lineup.
Yes, out of all the guys, I think him and Timothy Littleton, who he also got a contract extension.
2-year, 1.4 per. So that's what I mean. Like if you're signing for that kind of money, that basically says to me that you're an everyday kind of player. Yeah. They gotta. I don't think this is gonna happen, but if they can find a way to offload Justin Hall, I think that'll open up a lot of options. They absolutely, but $2 million. I mean, it's only 1 year though.
Yeah, worth a buyout.
Nah, I don't know. I think you'd rather just find someone who's just willing.
Give a third with Hall and then take a seventh. Future consideration.
Man, if they could have thrown Hall in that Matt Murray deal, that would have been awesome. Perfect. That would have been so good.
After that,
Yeah, Minnesota.
Minnesota will be, but after that trade, Matt Murray from Toronto, there was a 1-for-1 trade. Senators got Cam Talbot in exchange for Philip Gustafson, which, I don't know, that was a mixed one. A lot of people that I talked to were a little, it was 50-50. Like, if you're an Ottawa Senators fan, you knew that Gustafson, he's a young player, he's a young goalie who has potential. Maybe they're, I don't know, Forsberg's up there in age, 28, 27.
Yeah, I mean, for a goalie, that's still
young, yeah.
It's still young for a goalie, yeah.
It's a longer period of time.
Yeah, like that. That's kind of like, that's like prime, just beginning their prime for a goalie, I'd say. Right. But, I mean, it makes sense. Minnesota re-signing Fleury. Obviously, Cam Talbot basically kind of told the team it's either him or me.
Right.
And the second they did that, it's like, now Cam Talbot's available. But, even looking back, maybe that's a guy the Leafs, I've heard people were saying maybe they should go after him, but I digress. They go for Matt Murray, but instead, look at that. Ottawa gets Cam Talbot. So they need a starting goalie as well. They had money to spend. Mm-hmm. Cam Talbot was just available, and it worked out for them. And then Minnesota gets a young goalie to back up Fleury.
Then also on the Leafs side, they're saying that they're looking to add another goaltender behind Matt Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of Leafs fans are saying that Matt Murray, there's no way he can be the starter.
No spoilers. I already know who that is, but
I
we
already know as
we
well.
won't mention it. We won't mention it till later. Don't worry.
Like, there's also a lot of RFAs that aren't going to be qualified. We did talk a bit about them. Dylan Strome, in one, and Kubalik.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dominic Kubalik, also from Chicago.
There's a Pitlick out of Montreal who's not getting qualified.
Mm-hmm. I know from the Leafs side, Andre Kasha was left unqualified 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Because Boston didn't qualify him last year either.
Right.
So that's,
He's a good player, but he gets injured too much.
Exactly. Like, he only played 50 games this year, but in those 50 games had like 25 points. So, like, yeah, very effective player, but yeah, just needs to stay healthy, really. Who were other unqualified? Ilya Samsonov was left unqualified.
That's right, he was left unqualified. Is there anyone else?
No one that I could think of right now.
Oh, right, there's the Kirill Kaprizov situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, yeah.
He's actually, he doesn't have a work visa in the U.S. anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's in the U.S. He's not back in the U.S. yet.
He doesn't have a work visa anymore. He's getting a new work visa, and there might be a controversy around him in Russia. It's not confirmed yet, by the way.
Yeah.
From what I hear, it's not 100% a thing.
Yeah, it's very, well, any news out of Russia these days, as we all know, is very, like, you don't know what to believe in, really.
That's right.
It's very hard to get any accurate information. And even before everything started with them in Ukraine, like, it's just how it's always been with Russia. Let's be honest.
Trust anything that comes out of there.
Yeah. Spies.
Oh,
Kidding.
true.
Yeah.
That's the biggest fish in the whole ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to go back to Calgary.
Yeah, he turned down, what, like an 8-year...
$20, 10.5. That's a lot of money.
How much? Like, what are other teams offering him if he turned down that? Like, is he gonna get
11? Man.
He's got to be getting 11 somewhere.
He says 12, man. I know I'm gonna sign that.
No way. He's not getting more than Matthews. I can see him getting 11 though. It's
Right.
It's what Tavares signed for when the Leafs got him 5 years ago now.
There you go.
Wow, that was 5 years ago. I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm really old, guys.
I'm so happy he didn't come to the Habs because we would have been in the same situation as the Leafs.
You would have lost in the first round for 5 straight
But
years.
look at that. We made it to the finals.
Yeah, because you had $11 million in cap space to spend elsewhere.
That's true.
You also only have one player that's getting paid more than 10 mil. We have 3 players.
And he's been the most injured player in arguably the last.
Well, I mean,
how
it's
many years?
okay. It's not like anyone said like, "Hey, like Corey Perry, go stick your knee in his face."
Right.
Like,
No, you're not wrong.
like if that injury doesn't happen, no, we're not gonna play. We're not gonna play that. We're not gonna play that card.
Stop this. Let's
Yeah.
just stop this.
I'm depressed.
Are we done for today?
Um,
This particular.
yeah, for this one today, because there's another one coming out later.
There's another one later.
Another one bites the dust.
Burn it. Burn it to the ground. Guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe.
Yep.
The next episode will be coming out probably tomorrow.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Yep.
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 Ah!